Hey, you guys, just wanted to hop on here today to finish out the end of this month strong. I really wanted to give some words about that. Um, I haven't really talked vibrantly about this in the past, but it is definitely something that I want you all to realize is a very big, almost a gift in this business. The end of the month can be very exciting or can just kind of roll right past us. But we as leaders have the ability to make it the very exciting side of things by getting ourselves in a place, in a mindset that, hey, this is our last run. This is our home stretch of this month. And I can make this super, super powerful. And why is that important? Because what I make powerful right now and grow my excitement for my business can roll right into the next month to create momentum from the beginning of the month all the way through versus, okay, we closed out the end of the month and we just kind of rolled right through it. And now it's beginning of the month and everybody's like, oh, well, got through that month. Let's just take an easy break. Especially right now when you guys are going through a 60-day push for yourselves, this is a time frame I would really suggest that you make the most of it. So I want to speak on that. One big thing is coaching for your teams. So do you have somebody underneath of you who wants to go silver? I know that several of people on my team, actually, not just who's in this group, but several people I've spoken to on the team have talked about having people on their teams that they have kind of prompted for the 3 days, or they've been posting on Facebook and they've done some reach outs and maybe there's some people on the fence, but these people actually want to be silver. This is an opportunity for you to say, you know what, we're having an amazing event to end out our month. You're in several 3 days. You've had me in 3-way chats that haven't gone anywhere. You've done some reach outs. You don't have to verbally necessarily say that to all those people, but the concept is there and you want to say to them, hey, let's go back to that. Let's make this a success. Let's give a push and see if we can't get you to silver by the end of this month. I told one of my girls this last week, so about a week ago now, and I said, I want you silver by the end of the month, period. I stated that to her and she's brand new to my team, right? So boldness factor is there. What is also behind that boldness is passion. And I think she was like, oh yeah, okay, because her network's really small. She's actually had people post against her on Facebook about what she's doing. She has not made one single sign on all month long. And she's been doing all the work every day, reaching out to people, so on and so forth. And I said, you know what, girl, we can do this. We absolutely can do this. First off, I want you to do this, this, and this. And I was talking to her about getting people into 3 days. There's a reason I'm telling you all this, by the way. Talking to people about getting into 3 days. I gave her tips on how to transform her posts on Facebook, how she could engage people and draw people in, which worked, by the way. And then we talked about relationship building, and I challenged her to do some relationship building with brand new people that she had just added to her team page or to her newsfeed this month. And so we put all that into motion, and lo and behold, she had several people reach out to her based on her posts on Facebook. They ordered the 3 days. She had some people come through and make some orders who are now interested in the full package. I said to her, because she had messaged so much all month long, I knew she had people out there that she had already dripped. Many of them were crickets. But because this event that's coming up tomorrow night is no money involved, I said, this is perfect for anyone who's on the fence and for your crickets. Let's get them in that event. And I really have a lot of faith and belief that she's going to be able to pull this off yet. Not having one single sign on, I still want to see her go silver. She's got like 3 people in a 3-day right now. We've got that to work with. Plus we have the event tomorrow night. So why did I tell you all that story? Because all of that is how you as a leader can pick up what you have going on in your team and make something happen. I just as easily could have signed this girl, and the first 2 weeks having had her basically see crickets. Her network's really small. Most of them have no money. She doesn't have a lot of money. She couldn't even order products. She's a $9.95 sign on, $9.95, trying to earn enough money to earn her own product. She now has over 100 personal volume. That's awesome. She actually ordered her welcome pack about 2 days ago. I think she managed to put it on a credit card or something like that. But definitely not a great situation. She had nobody respond to her Facebook post when she first posted about Plexus. Her own mom and sister were cynical. She's just had some really negative things. And so I could easily have said, oh God, well, I don't know. Keep posting. Well, keep messaging. But I actually got very strategic in telling her what to post. I got very strategic in looking at her messages. I made her screenshot me where she was at with all these messages and told her specifically what to say to each person to respond back to them. So I've been very hands-on, very one-on-one, and very strategic in what I'm sharing with her to do. And so that's the same thing with what you have going on with your teams. Some of you may very well have, well, I know like Ashley has a brand new sign-on that has a ton of influence. She's willing to do the work. Now, to back that, anybody who signs somebody like this, you have to ask yourself, do I have the processes in place? Have I told her everything that she needs to do? Am I following up with her? Am I providing her with enough of the right messages? Have I looked at the messages she already sent out to see how they're going, how those conversations are going? Can I help her out in responding to those messages? What does her Facebook newsfeed look like? Can I help her to devise 5 days worth of excellent posts? Doesn't have to be extravagant, can be 15 minutes of your time to come up with ideas of what she's going to post every day this week. So I'm just using Ashley's new girl as an example of everything that you can be thinking about when you have a new sign on your business. Do you have somebody who has been with you for the full month and she is doing some of the things and she's had some interest, and you kind of told her what to do and you followed up with her, like, how is it going? And she said, well, this is what's happening here and this is what's happening there. And your response has been encouraging, like, oh, that's good. You sold a couple of 3 days, or you've got somebody to respond, and yet great job in putting them in the three-way with me. All of that seems like things are moving forward, and it's true, they are. But can you ask yourself, what is another thing that I can do for this individual that can push their business a little bit further, faster? In this respect, what I am encouraging all of you guys to do is to become the bold leaders that you are in order to speak and seek out bigger and better ideas to help your people go to silver yet this month, to take advantage of the event that's going on tomorrow night, to push your business in these last 48 to 72 hours, and to make things happen, not to give up at the end, but to actually push at the end and see all of the work that you've done this month, like the messages that you've put out there, the fence sitters, the 3 days you've sold, the people that have gotten started but still aren't silver. The more of that you can bring to a higher place by the last day of this month, that's all the energy that you're pushing into the next month. If you can solidify another sale and maybe get a sign on that you can bring into the next month and have them get somebody into the next 3 day, for instance. If you can take somebody who's in a 3 day right now or just finished one and maybe even hasn't ordered and say, you should really invite everybody you can think of to this event tomorrow night. It's going to be fantastic. Open the windows up to your friends of what we have to offer them, and then potentially you can do it with your friends. All of those little things are nuances that you can add into your business. They're like fertilizer, right? You're popping things up and you're bringing them to a new level. So it's a matter of kind of shifting from, I'm just going to go with whatever happens. I tried to have them sell a 3 day and that's where they're at, and I don't know if they're going to purchase a full month supply after that 3 day, to, okay, I need to be following up with my brand new ambassador who has somebody in a 3 day every single day and saying, how's that person doing? Did you check in with them today? Did they like the drink? What are they saying? How can you help your brand new ambassador to have great success with their 3 day user? And then at the end saying to yourself, I need to check in with them, make sure they're confident in the close. Maybe just do a 3-way and I will close the sale for that person. And then I will say, tomorrow night we're having an event, or I will encourage them to tell them tomorrow night we're having an event. All of these little things, as I said a few minutes ago, they're just all ways that you can ramp up your business these last few days of the month. Coaching your people through fears. So I've had this happen on a couple of occasions this month. First with this gal who had very little reaction from her network. And then I've got another girl who's feeling overwhelmed and has really high expectations that are leading to paralysis and avoidance in doing her business because she's focused on too much of getting to the next rank, which is causing like doubt and fear of failure and all that good stuff, and it's leading to paralysis and not doing anything, right? So do you have some of that going on with your brand new people, and how are you as a leader going to coach them through that? If you're launching new people right now, do you have a process to get them engaged immediately, sending out to just a few people? Just grab onto a few of your closest people and let's get them into a video chat, and I'll introduce them to the product line. So all of that. Just wanted to throw some stuff out there at you guys to think about. And then the coaching, I kind of didn't say a lot about that, but when you have somebody in your team, making sure you're helping them coach through those fears and get help if you need it. And then your own personal business. How can you move your own personal business in the next 48 hours? Who can you reach out to for the event tomorrow night? Who do you have in a 3-day, and are you keeping in touch with them? You have a solid plan that you feel confident with in terms of your approach to them once the 3-day is over to close the deal. Of course, we have all that verbiage on the team page for you guys to go over, but are you confident in speaking that and conveying it to them? Are you willing to ask them, hey, grab your friends and let's have them jump on this event tomorrow night? Are you lining yourself up for 3 days for the next event? That's another one to make sure that your next month is then zipping off with a good start. And then who's under 100 PV? Have you reached out? Have you looked into your downline and found people that are under 100 personal volume that you can just make a suggestion on getting them a suggestive product that they may want to add. Maybe they're at 93 and they only need to buy one product and they're going to be over their 100 personal volume. And making that approach suitable where they can see the benefit to them in perk points. So adding in auto shipment and helping them to understand with just 3 months worth of auto shipment, they can earn a full bottle of product, and therefore it makes sense to spend that little bit of extra money and get themselves up to 100 personal volume. Also, personal volume people. Who do you have that's ordering a bunch of product that could take advantage of the sale that we have going on right now? That's another thing in getting them on board with the event tomorrow night also. And then organization and processes. I already mentioned this a little bit, so I'll keep this short and sweet. But again, when you launch somebody, are you organized? Do you have a game plan? Do you have your processes down pat so that they're getting into action right away and feeling excited and good about what they're doing? So this goes along with I actually made a note of what's holding you back from being bold and from seeing forward movement in your business. This could be one of those things. And your own personal self-confidence when you're going to somebody, maybe you've asked them this is a good example that came up, somebody asking somebody to post on Facebook, and the person says, yeah, I think I might have to do that. And I nudged my level 1 to say, hey, tomorrow would be a great day to make that post. Can you tag me in it? Do you have time tomorrow to make that post and tag me in it? I really want to see you. I really can't wait to see the reaction of your friends. So taking it from saying, hey, you should consider posting your gains, your positive gains, which in this case is a huge weight loss. You should consider posting on Facebook. Taking it from that level to, awesome, I'm excited for you to post on Facebook. Can you do it first thing in the morning? Tag me in it. I'll be ready. Can't wait to see it. That way you have a commitment. You have somebody absolutely going to do that. They know you're going to follow up with them, that kind of thing. There's oftentimes a reason we do it one way over the other. We're comfortable doing it. You should really consider that. That's comfortable for us, right? But being bold and saying, let's make this happen, that's outside of our comfort level, but it's actually what gets your business moving. And you can say it friendly enough to people that they're willing and happy to do it, but if it all is a reflection of your excitement for them to do it, right? That's what they're going to respond to. So asking yourself, what's holding me back? Where is my What am I afraid of? Where's my self-confidence in all of this? And how is it impacting how I speak to my team? And then the last one, of course, of what might be holding you back in any area of your business is back to the excuses. I talked about some of this on the call that, the very first call I did before I dropped the 60-day challenge. And we, have excuses of I'm too tired, I don't have enough time. Like this brand new girl had said, I've got a million things to do. Right. Well, we all have a million things to do, but if we're going to be committed to this business, we have to make that the priority. And usually it's not that we don't have enough time. It is that we're avoiding out of fear, some underlying things. So just being very willing to ask yourself, where do you stand with all of this stuff? Because it's going to help you when you face that stuff, and when you create organization, you create processes, and you check yourself and say, where have I missed something? That's when you're going to see that push in your and gain in your business. Just heads up, want to use myself as an example. I told you guys this earlier that I really had a very big shift in my mindset. Already in January, I was able to more implement it this month, and I think I'm going to be looking at about a 250 to 300 point gain in my business this month based on holding myself accountable, getting rid of the excuses, creating organization and processes, and everything that I threw out here at you guys today. I implemented that this month, and I saw my points just soar. And I intend on making the same thing happen next month and the next month and the next month, because I want to go Sapphire. I'm ready for it. And I want all of you to say the same thing about yourself. I'm ready to go gold, senior gold, ruby, whatever that is. And you know what? That's going to happen when I get real with what I am willing to do in my daily work, and that I am being smart about and honest with myself about where I am letting things fall through the cracks, if you will, where I'm allowing fear to hold back boldness and leadership, and where I'm making excuses. And when I can get serious about that, I will see my shift in my business, and I'm ready for that right now. I want that for all of you, because I know you all want that for yourselves as well. So just a little check mark for you guys, and also a push of encouragement. Like, definitely, we have 2.5 solid days to move our businesses. I am so pumped to take this girl silver, and she does not have one person signed. I said this already. I want her silver by the last day of the month. I'm going to do everything I can, cross my fingers. Maybe it'll blow up in my face, but I'm going to try very hard to get her silver. And then I have somebody else that I can't think of. Oh, yeah. One other person too that I'm working really hard to move the needle for her as well. But I'm not giving up. I want to push for that. I want to make a difference in my business, and I just want to give you those few words of wisdom for you to make a difference in your business too. All right. Thanks, you guys.